Hello friends, welcome to my 10th video recording and the ninth class on kinematics. And today's topic is projectiles. So if you recall, in the last several chapters we covered vectors, we covered resolution of forces, we learned Newton's three laws of motion. We learned about motion of a body in a straight line. So we're going to apply all these to understand how a body behaves in a projectile. So let's understand what a projectile is first. So projectile is possibly one of the most commonest thing that you will experience in your day-to-day life. So it's a very simple concept. So if you are playing cricket, if you throw the ball is a projectile. If the batsman uh, if a batsman hits the ball out of the ground, if this is the stadium, he hits the ball out, that's a projectile. So projectile is any object which is thrown at an angle of theta from the ground and the path it will take to reach back to the surface. So this curve is called the projectile of the body. So now that we understand what projectile is, let's get on to it straight away without any further delay. Please understand the concept. We are not going to cover any derivations here. I just want you guys to understand the principles that govern the motion while an object is in a projectile. So let's draw this again. So we assume this is a plane, this is the body, and it is projected, and it takes a and this is a projectile and it falls back right here. This is point A, point B, and let us say the body is thrown with a velocity of v, making an angle of theta degrees to the horizontal surface. Now let me draw the x and y coordinate. This is the y coordinate. Let me extend this, and this is the x coordinate. Now, do you remember in the last class we discussed about Newton's first law, which clearly states that a body will continue to remain in a state of rest or uniform motion unless it is acted upon by an external force. And I also explained to you during that class that any body that is freely in the air, I'm just drawing few points that few points that this projectile will take in its journey towards B. So at any point we covered that the body will be experiencing a force downwards, which is nothing but mg, where m is the mass of the body. M is equal to mass of the body. Okay, now please get this clear. So let's understand what's happening here. Let's just draw the vectors. At the instant the ball was projected upwards, so at the instant it was projected upwards, this was how the ball was projected upwards. Now can you just imagine that this projectile, as the ball was projected outside with a velocity v, will have two components. One component will be this here along the x-axis, and you will have another component along the y-axis. So we call this as Vx and Vy. No doubts here. Basically what we are doing is we learned this concept. If there are two vectors, for example Vy and Vx, the resultant would be V. But here we have a different scenario. We have an object that is projected with a velocity of v at an angle theta. Therefore we have two components of this velocity, Vx along the x coordinate and Vy along the y coordinate. Now let's understand exactly what's happening. Now tell me something. Please understand this very carefully. So if you look at Vx, what is Vx? Vx will be v cos theta. So the body will move in this direction. Now tell me something. Think about this. Now when the body is moving in the horizontal direction with a velocity of v cos theta, is there any force acting along the x-axis? Is there any force acting along the x-axis? Is there any effects acting? The answer is no. The only force acting on a body which is under a projectile is the gravity. There is no other force acting on this body. Therefore, there is no force along x. Now the point is, the corollary is, if there is no force along the x-axis, what will happen to this velocity v cos theta? Will it reduce? We have learnt in Newton's first law that the body will continue to remain in motion unless and until it is acted upon by a force. So we clearly see that there is no force acting along the x-axis. Therefore, your body's velocity at any point, so let me just draw this, at any point. For example, let me take the vector at this point. Let us draw the vector, let us draw the x and y component at this point. How will it be? So let me draw it for you. So now the ball is actually in this direction. You can see here, right? The ball is actually in this direction. So this will be, let us call it as, we'll call the velocity here as Vd, or V for down, and we'll call this as, we just call it as V. So we'll just for representation, we'll call it as Vd. So if this is Vd, then you have two components. Let me draw them. Right? This is Vdx and this is Vdy. Right? Now, what is Vd? And okay. Now, and there is some angle being made here. We don't know the angle. Okay, it doesn't matter. But the point is, let's give this angle some other, we'll call it as beta, for example. Just for please, this chapter is only to make you understand the concept. We are going to cover the derivations of formulas in the next session. I'm doing 2 sessions on projectiles. So just get the concept, just get the idea here. So if this is beta, then Vd cos beta will be equal to Vdx, right? And obviously the component along the down will be Vd sin beta is equal to Vdy. Now take a look at this. What is the velocity along the x-axis? It is Vd cos beta. Now, so if you see, we calculated the velocity of this object along the x-coordinate at this point, and we also calculated the velocity at this point. And what were the values we derived? What were the values we got? The component here is v cos theta, and here we got Vd cos beta. Now remember, this is extremely important. Please get this. The velocity of the body at any point, whether it is here, or here, if you take the velocity along the x component at any point in the projectile, it will be the same. It will be the same. And what is the reason for that? The reason for that, there is no force along the x-axis. Therefore, whatever is the velocity initially in the x-axis, that velocity along the x-axis at any point of the projectile will be the same. Please understand this. Now, the second point is, let's look at the velocity along the y-axis, Vy. Okay, so you have a Vy here, and we can also have a Vdy here. Now understand, what is the force? So what is the force that the ball is experiencing along the y-axis? So along this axis, everywhere, if I draw an axis here, along this axis there is always a force acting downwards, and that is nothing but your acceleration due to gravity. Therefore, Therefore, you remember in our previous class, we discussed about motion of a body when it is tossed up and while it comes down. We discussed this, right? So, in the case of projectiles, the behavior of the object in the y component. So, if you take, so everywhere you have an x and y component, right? Everywhere we can draw an x and y component, right? Everywhere. So, in the y component, the behavior, you will have the body, the object's movement will be exactly as when an object is thrown upwards and it is allowed to fall down straight. The behavior will be exactly the same, because the only force that it is being acted upon is the acceleration due to gravity, which is g. So please understand this. This is a very, very important concept. If you don't get this, you will not be able to you will not understand my next class, where we will be deriving some formulas. So I'll quickly wrap this up with summarizing it. So this is the projectile. So no matter where the object is, we'll take it here. You have two components. If this is V, if this is point A and this is VA, so you have, and this is theta at this point, so VA cos theta this direction and VA sin theta this direction. This the movement of the object, this velocity will keep changing because it is the object, because the object is continuously experiencing a force of mg, whereas the velocity of the object at any point in the x-axis will be the same. So please understand this concept, and we will do some derivations in the next class, and that will further firm up your idea on projectiles. So I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.